जनवल्लभ यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 रामा राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जोर से गाना है। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे एक्चुअली मैं भजन गा रहा हूँ, बहुत सारे लोग साइलेंटली सो रहे देख रहे हैं। अगर आप लोग नहीं गाएंगे तो मेरा भगवत गीता क्लास समझ में नहीं आएगा। अगर भगवत गीता क्लास अच्छा समझ में आना है तो मुंह में भर के गाना चाहिए, हाँ, नहीं तो क्लास समझ में नहीं आएगा। सभी लोग जोर से गाना है। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Radha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashoda Yamuna Tiravanachari, Yamuna Yamuna Tiravanachari, Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Sri Krishna, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Today we will read from 4th chapter, 19th verse. Last week I took class on 4th chapter, 18th verse. Seeing the karma in akarma, akarma in karma. Okay? I don't know how many of you have attended last week class. I am seeing all new faces today. Very few were there before. So, this 4th chapter entitled with Gnana Yoga. Gnan Yoga. It's transcendental knowledge. What knowledge? Transcendental. Everyone understands knowledge. Knowledge we know. But what is transcendental? Transcendental means what? Anybody can tell. What is transcendental, Prabhu? Which is related to God. What is the meaning of transcend? English में transcend मतलब आध्यात्मिक, ट्रांसेंड मतलब आप सपोज एक लेवल है, ओके, इस लेवल में आप घूम रहे हैं, एकदम ऊपर का लेवल में जाना, यू आर ट्रांसेंडेड, ओके, पूरा दूसरी जगह पे चले गए. आई मीन you have entered into a different realm, that is transcending. Okay, so this transcendental knowledge means not the knowledge pertaining to this world, but it is pertaining to the other world. That is transcendental knowledge, which we cannot know from our eyes, from our ears, from our touch, smell, whatever. So that is transcendental. Adhyatmik Gnan, Divya Gnan. It's not Sadharan Gnan, Divya Gnan. So Krishna gives this knowledge to whom first? He gave this knowledge to Surya Bhagavan, and from in that disciplic succession it was coming through the kingly order, but when it came up to Arjuna it appears to be lost. So that's why Krishna gave the same knowledge to Arjuna again. I mean, actually this chapter name is transcendental knowledge, but after this whatever is there all is transcendental knowledge only. Okay? So there Krishna explains what is karma, what is vikarma, what is akarma. So and then he tells, it's very difficult to understand karma, vikarma, akarma. It's not that easy. So how we can understand those things and how to do akarma. Akarma means the action which doesn't give rise any result. That is akarma. How to do that akarma and how to see karma in akarma and akarma in karma. All these things we have discussed. So unless you come regularly, you will not know those things. So in today's session, what are the characteristics or symptoms of a person who perform this karma yoga? Symptoms of a karma yogi. How does he, what kind of activities he do? How do we know that someone is a karma yogi? You all know these three sentences. What is Sanatana Dharma? If somebody wants to explain Sanatana Dharma, what is Sanatana Dharma? What is Sanatana Dharma? Okay, it is Shashvat Dharma. Okay. So how it is applicable to us? If I want to explain someone, this is Sanatana Dharma. Difficult, no? That's why for someone to criticize Sanatana Dharma is very easy. जो मुंह में आया वो बोल दिया, और उसको कंडेम करने वाले को भी कोई हिम्मत नहीं रहता है. ये सनातन धर्म है, ये नहीं है. People think Sanatana Dharma is caste system. People think Sanatana Dharma is just a Hindu religion. I will tell Sanatana Dharma. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amrudangamaya. You all know the meaning? We need explanation of this. उजाला में जाना है. ओके, मीन्स अज्ञानता से ज्ञान में जाना है. दिस इज सनातन धर्म. उसके पहले क्या बोला? असतोमा सद्गमया. असत मीन्स व्हाट? असत मीन्स व्हाट? lie, which is not true, which is not permanent, which can cheat us. That is asat. Asat can cheat us. So from that asat, gamanamu in Telugu. Gamanam ante kadaladam, move kavadam. Okay, so you are moving from asat to sat. So what is your destination? To attain the Sat. Sat means what? Permanent, which will never ever undergo any change. That is Sat. And right now we are in temporary thing. Everything, body is temporary. Our property is temporary. Our bank balance is temporary. The color of the hairs is temporary. Everything is temporary. So even our faith is temporary. In the childhood we thought playing football is most important, playing cricket is the most important thing in our life. But do we think now also like that? Anyone think like that? Huh? So like that everything changes. Now we are in a state of asat. And now Sanatana Dharma promotes us from asat to sat. When we practice, means our movement should be from asat to sat. So this body is temporary, but the soul is permanent. Soul will never undergo change. So the satyam, the truth is what? Who am I? I am the soul, I am not the body. But what do I think about myself? I am the body. Okay? Now the change of conception from body to soul is Sanatana Dharma. It's not caste or anything. Whichever caste one may be, he is still a soul. He is still a soul. There is no difference. Everyone is same in this world. Everyone suffers. And then next one is what? Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Gamaya. Aya. Move from tamas to Jyoti. From ignorance to knowledge. This body is a lump of ignorance actually. Body do not know anything. Only as long as the soul is present, the body has acts. But the moment the soul leaves, the body is a dead body, lump of mass, heavy mass. So, again, we have so much of ignorance. We don't know, first thing we don't know who we are. Second thing, we think we are born for our enjoyment. But we are made to suffer for some or other reason. Every one of us made to suffer. And we think I want to enjoy, but I suffer, unfortunately. So, this is ignorance. We think by doing this I will enjoy. This is ignorance. Okay? And Sanatana Dharma will remove that ignorance and it offers you a permanent solution for being happy. Okay? Means it gives you real knowledge. That real knowledge is missing in the normal materialistic life. But when you add Sanatana Dharma, then you get the true knowledge. And then the third thing is Mrityorma. All of you know this? Everyone knows. Mrityu. Is there anyone who is spared from Mrityu? I am a Christian, so I won't be dying. Can anyone say like that? I am a Muslim, I will not die. I am American, because I am an American. No, I will not die. Can anyone say like that? Nobody can say. I am a Brahmin, so I am spared from the death. No. Mrityorma. Anybody who is on the material platform will be undergoing the death, will have to face the death one day. When that death comes, I don't know. It can come in my boyhood, it can come in my youthfulness, it can come in my middle age, it can come in my old age. It can come in my village, it can come when I am traveling, it can come when I am driving, it can come when I am swimming, it can come anytime. It can come, but the certain is the death. Isn't it? Now, this Sanatana Dharma promotes you from death to deathlessness. What is deathlessness? It brings us from bodily platform, it transcends us from bodily platform to soul platform, spiritual platform. Spiritual means what? The subject pertaining to spirit. It's not with the body. What is a spirit? Spirit means soul. So, this is Sanatana Dharma. And this Sanatana Dharma makes us a perfect person and makes our life successful. Everyone is struggling with these things actually, right? And Sanatana Dharma takes us to the deathlessness. Means soul will never die, isn't it? Only the body which is going to die. Soul will never die. So when we are in that platform, we are completely undisturbed. Completely undisturbed. So that's what Krishna is teaching to Arjuna. He is explaining in different ways. Now, a karma yogi, how he will, how he shows his symptoms, what kind of activities he does. From there we can understand, oh, he is a karma yogi. So this shloka we will read today. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjita gnanagnidagdha karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. So arambha means shuruvat karna, starting something is arambha. Sarve means what? All. Samarambha means starting, with full-fledged beginning, whatever, you start. Samarambha. Yasya sarve samarambha. So this person who is a karma yogi, he will, yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha. All his activities, okay, every activity will have a beginning, right? So all his activities will be devoid of kama. Okay, devoid, no kama, kama sankalpa. Whenever we do something, we will have some sankalp. That sankalp generally will be fulfilling some of our desire, isn't it? Every one of our activity will have some motivation, some desire to fulfill our something, hamara ichha purna karne ka. You agree? Otherwise, like you study so hard to get good marks. When you get a good degree, then you will get a good wife, and then you will have a stable life. You will have lot of money. You can buy a big house. This is how people do, and they are also encouraged. Children are encouraged. You study well, then you get a good job. Why you should study well? To get a good job. This is how everyone is trained, right? This is not Sanatana Dharma. This is not Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma, this getting a good job, who knows that child will be alive until he goes to 25 years. Is there any guarantee? We will decide one. This is a Telugu poem by one Sheshappa Kavi. Narasimha Shatakam. It comes in Narasimha Shatakam. పాంచభౌతికమందుర్బలమైన కాయం విదెప్పుడో విడుచుట ఎరుకలేదు శతవర్షముల దాక మితము చెప్పిరిగాని. We are told that you live 100 years, but that is limitation. నమ్మరాద ఆ మాట నెమ్మనమున. You cannot believe that బాల్యమందు మంచి ప్రాయమందో లేక ముదిమియందో లేక ముసలియందో. When that death will come, we don't know, whichever age it can come. Yurano in the village or Yadavino in the forest, Yudaka Madhyamunano, Yepudo Viduchuta, Yekshanambo, Maraname Nischayamo, Buddhi Mantudaina, Dehamunantalo, Mimmo, Deliovaleno. So you should understand this when you are living in the body. Within the time, you may live 5 years. If you can understand, even within 5 years, it's good. Bhushana Vikasa Sri Dharma Puranivasa Dushta Samhara Narasimha Durita Dura. So this, there is no guarantee, but we teach. Okay, we teach that you will have a good life by studying. It's wrong or right? Tell me. गलत है ना? गलत नहीं है. अच्छा पढ़ेगा तो अच्छा नौकरी मिलेगा. राइट है कि रॉन्ग है? Mataji is saying wrong. How many are saying right? Actually, we don't know what happens. In my village, when I got my engineering rank, one of my friend also got engineering rank. He went to a government college. But after going there, he became mad. बोल नहीं सकते हैं कब किसको क्या हो जाते हैं, right? He became mad and then he remained mad all the while. बस कभी ठीक नहीं हुआ उनका. So he was suggested to study very well. So he was studying so much. इतना पढ़ता था कि पढ़ना, but he went mad. So there is no guarantee actually, Alexander thought, with the power of my army, I will defeat the whole world. But with a bite of a mosquito, he got malaria and died. See, we should understand this world is temporary. When you understand this world is temporary, then your endeavor will not be with a motivation. You do your work with other purpose, not material purpose. You understand this? Gnanagni dagda. You act with the gnana, not with some moha. You acha job milega. Beautiful wife. Wow, beautiful wife. All these are temporary. After some time, everything will fade away. So, here the realized person, his activities will begin with no motivation of his enjoyment, of his kama. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Varjitaha means devoid of. बिल्कुल बिना काम संकल्प से उनका एक्टिविटीज होता है. Why? Because he is situated in gnana. He is not in tamas. The person who is in tamas, he do everything in ignorance. He thinks wrongly, he acts wrongly. His results will be wrong, and he thinks he will enjoy, but there will be suffering in future. Okay? But when someone is in knowledge, that knowledge will burn all the gnanagni dagdha karmanam. Tamahu panditam Buddha. So the really one pandita, he will burn the results of all actions with his gnana. Okay? So that's how he will perform his activities. So I will try to explain. Burning the results with gnana. You all know the story of Sudama, Kucheludu in Telugu. So Kuchela was in very, very much poverty-stricken condition. Isn't it? No food to eat also. And we can say, because of his some sinful activity, he was made to become impoverished. He became completely poor. But was he suffering? In that poverty-stricken condition, was he crying? Arey khana nahi hai, ye nahi. He was not crying, right? So, he was absorbed in Krishna. He was in full transcendental knowledge. So, that suffering, whatever is coming, it's burnt off. Actually, it's not burning. It got sublimated. Sublimation means evaporate ho jata hai. Like naphthalene ball, if you keep, it won't get melted. It just, after some time, वो गायब हो जाते हैं, right? It gets evaporated. This is what sublimation. So all the suffering got sublimated. He never experienced any suffering. Even though it appears because of his karma, he became poor, he didn't have any food also. But that is completely burnt off. This is what the effect of gnana. And then he went to Krishna, and then he spent 3 days time with Krishna. He was very happy in the association of Krishna. And he was walking back in the village, and he was remembering the time he spent with Krishna. He was glorifying Krishna while coming back. By the time he came back home, what did he see? My God, big palace, so many servants and so much of gold. His wife, children were completely dipped in the gold ornaments, silken cloths and everything. And he went there. And definitely one should become very happy. One should become jubilant. But Do we see Kuchela or Sudama becoming jubilant? He didn't. He was normal. Oh, this is all the glory of Krishna. Bas. And he didn't become like that. And then he sat with his wife and children, and again, earlier also he was doing bhajan, now also he was doing the same bhajan. He was not disturbed. So even though so much of wealth came, but his gnana has burnt off that wealth. For him it is not wealth. So he came to such a level where he can see a pebble and a gold equally. This is what the symptom of a karma yogi. He is not motivated by material desires. Okay, you can see this. Activities of one in full knowledge is devoid of sense gratification. Okay, so example is Srila Prabhupada. How much Srila Prabhupada used to work, even in such an old age, even though he was sick, he was completely restlessly, he was doing so many activities. You can imagine constructing 108 temples in 11 years time, spreading Krishna consciousness in so many countries, preaching, giving initiation to thousands of disciples, engaging them, writing letters to them, guiding them, giving lectures, writing so many books. He was sleeping only 2 hours. Means how much work he was doing. But is there any activity that Prabhupada was doing was motivated by his personal desire? Was there any activity where he was doing it for himself? For himself he was very happy being in Vrindavan, small room, everyday darshan of Radha Krishna in different temples. He was happy. But he undertook so much responsibility for Krishna. So all his activities, all his endeavors are devoid of sense gratification, but these are the actions only in Krishna consciousness. Those activities are for Krishna, not for me. There is very nice verse. Can you all recite this? This is from Chaitanya Charitamritam. Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bali Kama Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dare Prema Nama Dhare Prema Nama. The meaning goes like this: the desire to gratify one's own senses is kama, lust. मैं खुद के लिए करता हूं तो वो लस्ट होते हैं. But the desire to please the senses of Krishna is prema. When you desire to please Krishna, you want to give pleasure to Krishna. We cook for what? For Krishna. We offer the bhoga to Krishna. We don't cook for our own selves. We offer bhoga for Krishna. That's why it is for his bhog, not for ourselves. And then he will leave some remnants, and we take that as prasadam in respect of him. We treat that prasadam as Krishna. We pay obeisances to prasadam, because prasadam is the food personification of Krishna. Krishna's personification in the form of food is prasadam. So we pay obeisances. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasu Naiva Jayate. We pray and then we partake that prasadam. So we don't cook for ourselves. So like that, each and every one of the activity of a karma yogi, a transcendentalist, is devoid of sense gratification. If it is for our own gratification, immediately that will come under the category of lust, kama. So this is the difference between prema and kama. मेरे लिए करता हूं तो कामा, अब भगवान के लिए करते हैं तो. सो हमको क्वेश्चन करना चाहिए, बहुत लोग आई लव यू ऐसा प्रपोज करते हैं. आई लव यू मीन्स व्हाट? लव मतलब क्या है? They don't go to a ugly girl and say I love you. Everyone wants to say I love you to a beautiful girl and or a rich man. So this is not the love. Actually, we should not expect love on the material platform anytime. Even wife and husband also should not expect my husband should love me. My wife should love me. No, it's not possible. In this material world, everyone is on the platform of lust. Everyone, like I serve my husband so that he will take care of me nicely. It will be like this. Some love we can experience in this material world is to some extent with mother. Mother will not have much expectation from the child. Naturally, Lord develops her mindset just to serve the kids. But unfortunately, in the modern civilization, even that is also going. Parents don't have time for their children. So, this love is for Krishna. Even between husband and wife also, no, you love Krishna, I love Krishna. So we both love Krishna, that means we both love each other. We should become like that. But if I love you, no, then it becomes my desire. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. And then what is the reaction of such activity? When an activity is performed devoid of kama, devoid of desire. So what is the result? Every action will have equal reaction. But what will be the reaction for that action which is devoid of kama? There is no reaction. Reaction will come. Some reaction will come. But that reaction will be burnt by the fire of knowledge. Gnanagni dagdha karmanam. Gnana, agni, fire. Dagdha. And ente mandipotundi. Dagdhamaipotundi. Okay? Gnanagni dagdha karmanam. Tamahu panditam buddha. One who is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by the sages to be a worker for whom the reactions of work have been burnt up by the fire of perfect knowledge. That is transcendental knowledge. So, and Srila Prabhupada writes, only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness. Generally, it is difficult to understand when someone is doing some activity. Whether he is doing for himself or he is doing for Krishna, difficult to understand. So, who can understand? Who is situated in proper Krishna consciousness can understand. Like a materialistic person may say, oh, Prabhupada was doing everything to make himself popular. One can say like that. Oh, he is having so much desire for the prestige and pride. He is doing his activities. People can criticize. But is that true? It's not. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada never propagated his name. Okay? Whose name? What became popular all over the world? Hare Krishna became popular. Prabhupada didn't become popular actually. Hardly people know Prabhupada, who Prabhupada is. Prabhupada never became popular. And now we are trying to propagate the name of Prabhupada because he is such a glorifiable person. But Prabhupada never himself glorified. He said, I am just servant of my spiritual master. I am trying to execute the order of my spiritual master. Like that. So, this comes actually, as I said, prema. We should cultivate that servitorship to the Supreme Lord. Okay? I am the servant of Krishna. Actually, we are all the servants of Krishna. The original constitutional position of each and every living being is the servant of Krishna. So, when I am servant of Krishna, what is my duty? I have to serve Krishna. Servant should never think of himself. If some thief comes, servant will servant is ready to lay his life for the protection of his master, isn't it? He cannot think, oh, bullet mere ko lag gaya to kya hoga. Then he is not really a servant. He will just jump in between and take the bullet in his chest also. He is ready to do that to save his master. So that's why, as a servant, we should never think of ourselves. So then master will think about us. Master will take care of us. So that's how this love, concept of love will develop. Our natural, original dharma is to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. That's our constitutional position. So we should come back to the Sat. Asatoma Sadgamaya. Our Sat is what? To serve Krishna. Asat is to serve this body. This body we kept on serving, but this body never made us happy. Will never make us happy. Body will never make us happy. Instead, it will give more suffering. So, we should change our consciousness. We should come to the transcendental knowledge, Sanatana Dharma, that serve Krishna. Okay? Let's move on to the next verse. Tyaktva karma phala sangam nitya trupto nirashrayah karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Tyaktva karma phala sangam. Sangam means what? Association. Isn't it? Milna, Sangam. We say Triveni Sangam means three rivers come and join. Triveni Sangam. Here Karma Phala Sangam. We are joining with the Karma Phala, the result of the reactions of the activities. But Tyaktva means what? Tyajinchedam. Tyaktva. You will renounce. You will reject. Tyaktva karma phala sangha nitya trupto means you are always satisfied. Nitya trupto nirashraya means you don't take ashraya of anything. People take ashraya in the money, people take ashraya in the family, people take ashraya in the company, people take ashraya in various things. But this person will not take shelter in anything of this world. He is already satisfied. Then why he needs somebody's support? Normally, we always seek some support of this world. That is our nature. And these people who give us support, they give support only for some time. After that, the conditions will change. And then they will remove the support. Like company will recruit a person and they will give such a nice treatment, and that they will promise so many things, and then suddenly company management changes or company may go in loss. Anything can change, right, in this material world, and then everything will become different. All the allowances are cut. Now we don't have money, or they will say 20% of the people are going to be sacked. All these things will happen, isn't it? So we take shelter in the company, but that company will not give a surety forever. So this person, because he is already devoid of desire, he is always satisfied and he never takes shelter in anything. Okay? I'll read that. Acts out of pure love for Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he has no attraction for the results of action. He is not even attached to personal maintenance, for everything is left to Krishna. He will not take ashraya of this world, but he will take ashraya in Krishna only. And because he is associated with Krishna, he is always satisfied. Okay? This is really art of living a satisfied life. See, in front of our eyes, we see people sleeping on the street. They still smile, isn't it? They still maintain some family and they eat and they are happy. And we are given a nice house, but still we are live a dissatisfied life. Huh? So satisfaction is something that can be obtained when we understand everything that we get is given by Krishna, and everything that we receive from Krishna is a gift given by Krishna. Is a gift given by Krishna. So that whatever comes, that's very, very like matchless gift you can treat. You can treat it as matchless gift. This is the best thing that you are supposed to get, nothing else. It's given by Krishna. So cherish it. Whatever you get, just cherish it. And then our life will become so happy and peaceful. All the time we can be Nitya Trupta. Every day we can be happy. But we don't see what we have. We see what this person is having. When prasadam is served in the plate, you don't look at your plate, you look in all other plates. Kya kya diya hai? Unko kya mila? Inko kya mila? Unko kya? It's a nonsense. What you have, you see, and then you eat peacefully. My father used to say, every time he used to say, Bhagavan, he has given eyes, he has given hands, he has given legs, he has given tongue, he has given ears and nose and so many things. Means so much wealth he has given to each one of us. But we don't see, we just take it for granted. God has given the wind, we are not purchasing. God is giving the light, God is giving the rains. So many things he is giving, isn't it? But we don't see those things. We see something which is, which God is not given to us. He might have given to someone else. That we want. Otherwise, you see, in the society, how many flights are flying, how many buses are moving, how many activities are going, just to have little more extra sense gratification. People go all the way to America to have little better life. There is no guarantee. One of my colleagues went to America. Actually, we were working in General Electric company. I used to always say, this company is like a heavenly planet. We are so nicely taken care. Everything is so perfect. Very good HR managers, very good managers. Everything is so perfect. And this fellow left GE company and then went to America for PhD. He will do. He was very intelligent, bright guy, IITian. And after going to America, almost after a year or so, he was inside his room working on his laptop. Just to snatch his laptop, somebody barged into his room, shot him, took his laptop away and ran. And nobody could find who is that person. That case is closed without any resolution. So that he desired to have some extra enjoyment. He was guided. Actually, he was an innocent person, a very good guy. But because he is in ignorance, he is taught, if you go to America, you will have extra enjoyment, better life, superior life. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. So, if we come to that conclusion, then we will not move around for extra enjoyment. You can be at one place. There won't be much desire. All our movements are only to gain Krishna consciousness. All our endeavors to understand Krishna, to move from asat to sat, agnan to gnan, mrityu to mrityu-rahit state. Okay? We do some activities, we put endeavors, but for what purpose? For this purpose, not for that purpose. That purpose is completely bogus. No one can guarantee. So, these people, we should understand this. And then when we perform our activities in that state, we will not have any reactions. Here, if you look at this flow chart, where is it starting? Actions are endeavors. This is the work, okay, in the center. And it will have reaction. If action is for our own sake, it will have a reaction, and that reaction leads to suffering in this material world. Okay? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, ihasam sare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare. Okay? We will go that side. But if our actions are devoid of lust, no reaction, we gave up the reactions. And then why we do our actions? Our actions are to satisfy Krishna. Our actions are for moving from asat to sat, agnan to gnan, and death to deathlessness. This is what we should make up our mind. Then we are Sanatanis. Just bindi lagane se, tilak lagane se, me religion ఏంటండి హిందువులమండి बोलने से हम सनातनी नहीं बनता है. Sanatani is not just a caste or a creed or a sect. Sanatan means it has got a meaning and it has got an explanation. So when we fit into that explanation, we will become Sanatanis. You can wear any dress, that doesn't matter, but your effort should be that. Then there won't be any reaction and all our actions become akarmas. And we are not attached to any of the results. Just like Sudama was not having any attachment to any results. So such person work for only spiritual progress. Does it mean he will not eat? He will eat. He will sleep. He will evacuate. He will walk. He will run. He may do anything. But the purpose is not sense gratification. The purpose is spiritual emancipation. Okay? Either it is for our spiritual emancipation or other spiritual emancipation. Okay? So that way they act. Actually, many details are there, but I'll stop here. I don't want to make the class too heavy. Any questions you have on this matter? Is it understandable? My lecture is अंदर जाते हैं कुछ. Okay, please, any questions you have? Actually, if I go on talking, then so much material is there in Bhagavad Gita. Even after skipping so many things, also hours and hours will go. But we will go little by little. So come regularly, please. I fall at your feet. I beg all of you, come regularly and it will change your life. Over a period of time, you will become more happier. That much we guarantee. We gain transcendental knowledge unknowingly just by coming regularly, sitting and giving your ear. You don't do anything, just hang your ear. You do anything but you give your ear to me or whoever is speaking from Vyasasan. That change your life. Any questions, please? Yes, Prabhuji.
Being a grihastha, many a time, like we do a lot of things which seems like that, okay, we are doing it for ourselves, like taking care of the kids, earning money as well. So then where is that thin line where we know that, okay, now we are doing it for Krishna, and then when we actually cross it over?
Okay, I understand your question. Being a grihastha, being an employee, being whatever, different roles we are all having, how we render all our activities for Krishna.
Yes, Rujin, specifically, like many a time it happens that, okay, it seems like we ourselves like feel that, okay, we are doing it for Krishna, but eventually, like, that is in our subconsciousness, we are serving ourselves, like our own desires basically. So
see, this is why we need purification of our consciousness. In our consciousness, we are deeply motivated to work for ourselves. So then that consciousness need to be purified by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Okay? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. These three things we should go on. And then Nididhyasanam. We should always contemplate on the consequences of our actions. Always contemplation. Like, if I marry, I will have a nice life. In front of you, so many people got married and made, they are crying so much. What is the guarantee that you will not cry? So, if someone is marrying for enjoyment, then it's a fool number one. Okay? Then you should deeply think why I should marry. Okay? Like if I go to America, I will enjoy. I gave you one example. It's not true. Then you should contemplate on this. Then your endeavor, your motivation to go to America is not for enjoyment. You understand? So that way, like one of my friend, he wanted to do PhD. I used to discourage him. No, I want to do PhD. I want to become Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki jai, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. So he used to tell me, after finishing my PhD, I will take up professorship in IIT. So he would endeavor, he actually worked so hard to finish his PhD in very short time. So what was his motivation? If I become a professor in an IIT, I can do preaching to so many faculty members, so many students. Students will hear to the lecturers. That too in IITs, students will be very, very humble in front of professors. So his motivation was to serve Krishna, and he really took hardship. And he got married, okay, and he, even in the marriage also, like the motivation is, together we can serve Krishna. Together we can raise children in Krishna consciousness. So the ultimate aim is to serve Krishna. In between, like when you run a company, the company owner's ultimate motive is to make profit. Is there any owner of the company will have a different motivation to run the company? But while running the company, he will employ so many people, and he will maintain all those people also, isn't it? And sometimes he may take them to a party, and he will spend so much money in the party. He may take them for some picnic or some off-site Ooty or Kodaikanal. He may spend lakhs of rupees. But ultimately what is his motivation? और कुछ है क्या? क्यों ओनली एम्प्लॉयज को ही ले जाता है ऊटी कोडाईकनाल, और किसी को क्यों नहीं ले जाते हैं? उनको थोड़ा मोटिवेशन दे देंगे तो वो लोग मेरे लिए ज़्यादा काम करेंगे, और ज़्यादा काम करेंगे तो मेरा कंपनी ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट लाएंगे. So similarly, when one runs a family, he should take whole family, take care of all their material needs or whatever, but motivate them towards Krishna consciousness, and together as a family, everyone will serve Krishna. That's how we run the family. So you go to a job, you earn money, but in the core of your heart, you are thinking of Krishna, that when I get money, what am I going to do with that? Actually, nice slide was there. Somehow it's... I don't know where did that... this one. Okay? Somebody is working in office, but is working thinking of Krishna. Some Mataji is making chapatis and everything, she is thinking of Krishna. Somebody is teaching Bhagavad Gita, is thinking of Krishna. Somebody is chanting, thinking of Krishna. Some are direct activities for Krishna, in Krishna. Some are indirect activities. Like we all sleep. Do we sleep or not? Sleeping is waste of time. But still we sleep. If we don't sleep, then next day we can't do anything. Right? So that means that sleeping is not for enjoyment, but the motivation is to do our devotional activity, our responsibility, fulfilling our responsibility for next day. So that way we connect everything with Krishna. It's all in the consciousness. It's not physical. Physically both the people look alike. But in consciousness, someone is working for Krishna, someone is working for his own self. If you are working for yourself, the Maya will come and catch you and will dip you in the suffering. But if you work for Krishna, Krishna will take you away from this material ocean. We will be taken to the spiritual world. That is idea.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else has having any question? From Mataji's side, any questions? Okay, thank you all very much for your patient hearing, and I wish you all the best in this Krishna consciousness. And the most secret in anything, any success, is the association. Okay, if you are in good association, you will have all success in that line. If you want to be a spiritualist, be associated with Hare Krishna temple, ISKCON temple. All the devotees have got no other motivation other than spiritual advancement. So please get associated with. Okay? Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Now we will